I'm in the middle of a very dumb job, and I'm covered in paint. I'm in the middle of a dumb job, and I'm covered in paint. Keep watching. So let me be clear first. I don't know about you, but I do not like painting. And that's okay, because sometimes we have to do things that we don't necessarily like to do. But the kids, on the other hand, really enjoyed this project. So in our church, we had 4 Sabbath School rooms to paint. And we have about 12 kids and about 6 staff members that we were managing to do this 4-room process. And I mean like the whole room. We ripped the trim off the floor, we repainted the rooms, we're repainting the ceilings, putting new faceplates on, new light fixtures, like the whole enchilada. So this is one of the rooms that we were painting. This is our junior room, and you can see that we're halfway through with our accent wall. So in every classroom, we painted all the rooms the same color. It's this nice color, Luna Gray, and it has white trim. And then we also let the kids have one room or one wall of their room be an accent color that they got to choose the color for. So this is another one of our rooms, and you can see this class chose sunshine yellow for their wall. So we had quite a few people that we had to manage on this project: staff, TLTs, and kids. Some kids that knew how to paint and some kids that didn't. So in fact, we had kids that had never even held a roller in their hand before. So ahead of time, on a piece of paper, I just made out 5 different work groups. And each work group had an adult, a TLT, and then 1 or 2 younger Pathfinder kids. And each work group was assigned to a specific room. Then when everybody showed up on painting day, we just assigned them to their room, and we gave them rules. So we talked about you can't put paint on each other, you can't purposely put paint on yourself, and we actually talked about how much paint cost. And some of the kids had no idea how expensive paint is, and so we said don't waste it, don't paint it on yourself. And we taught them how to lay down drop cloth, we taught them how to install the brush on the roller, we taught them how to clean paintbrushes, we taught them how to use a liner and a paint tray, how to use a paint tray with a roller to fill their brush, all those different skills. And then under adult or TLT supervision, they went to town paint. Also, here's a great tip, just side note. We have popcorn on our classroom ceilings, and these ceilings have probably not been painted since this building was built a long time ago. So we decided we want to paint the ceiling. Here's a hint. If you're going to paint popcorn ceilings, don't use the regular 3/8 inch roller brush that comes in like the 6-pack. Get the 3/4 of an inch, the wider nap on the brush, which helps you get in the nooks and crannies of the popcorn better, and it also helps the popcorn from not like flaking off as you're painting it. So helpful hint. So this is another one of our classrooms, and this group picked Martian green for their accent wall, which is pretty cool. It's like glowing in here. So here's one other helpful hint if you're painting with kids. We put down drop cloth on the floor, but we also told the kids that they had to take their shoes off outside the room and then go into the room barefooted while they're painting. And that way, if they drip and they step in the paint, they're not tracking it around on the carpet, because when they leave the classroom, they can put their shoes back on, and then they're not tracking paint around on the hallways that's where they've stepped in drips in the class. Here's another hint when you're painting with kids. It's probably easy for the little ones to get tired or run out of jobs that they can handle by themselves, like the younger ones. I'm talking the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. So here's something we found that worked really well. We put 2 of the younger ones in a team together with 1 paint tray and 1 roller. And we said, okay, kid number 1, you get 3 fills on the roller. So they would fill their roller in the tray, paint, and then fill it, paint, and fill it again. That's 3. And then they would trade places. So now kid number 2 does that. And the other kid is assisting the first kid. So they say, oh, you missed a spot, or oh, you need to do over here, or if there's a drip, they let an adult know, or they help them adjust the drop cloth or something like that. So this helped because it gave them little intermittent breaks. So they were like, I'm tired of doing this, I don't want to paint anymore. It also limited competition, so they weren't painting together trying to do it faster or quicker or higher than the other person. So we found that was a really great way to have the younger ones participate longer and more effectively. So with our TLTs, we did a couple things. We had TLT working with some younger kids, kind of supervising them through the different painting projects. And then we also had our teen classroom. We wanted the kids to take ownership of their own classroom. So for a while, we put the teens together by themselves in their own classroom and said, you need to do X, Y, and Z. We said, we trust you to be responsible and to be thorough in your painting job. And then we just kind of left them. Of course, we were just down the hall, and an adult would go and check in on them every 15 or 20 minutes or so. But mostly we let them be kind of autonomous, and we tried not to micromanage them and let them paint their own classroom. And they really rose to the occasion and did an awesome job. I hope that you consider doing a big service project like this in your church. You know, paint is expensive, but also not as expensive as other things. So most people can afford a gallon of paint. So go get a gallon of paint. Let your kids have some ownership of their own classroom. Even if it's not Sabbath School classrooms, maybe you need to, update, spruce up your Pathfinder room, or you can do something for your church family. So think about that, get your kids involved, and teach them. There is an interior house painting honor, so teach them these different skills that will serve them well throughout their entire life. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who you think could benefit from it, and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.